Don't.
This is the Three Man Podcast, a football podcast where we discuss football, and more football. We got three of the very best bringing it to you. Got my man Wegs, man Zell, and your boy Cass on the action. Y'all tune in, grab your popcorn, because here comes the Three Man Front. Make sure your offensive lineman is ready. What's being brought to you.
All right, welcome to the Three Man Front Podcast, blitzing into your living rooms. It's Jim Weglars, aka Wegs. You can follow me on Facebook, X, and Instagram at Wegspool. Casanova, where can we find you, sir?
You can find me on YouTube at Casanova Vibes, on X at Casanova. Hold on, Kenny Casanova 8, and then find me on Facebook at Kenny Casanova. Yeah.
There you go. Zell, how about yourself?
You can find me on Facebook at Denzel Smith, and you can find me on Instagram at Windy City Kid.
I do love that one. And hopefully you're following us on Casanova Vibes on YouTube and on X, and then also on our Facebook accounts for live stream. You could check it out later. We are on Spotify as well. If you can't watch the video portion, you can listen to us. Fellas, every day I check X, I just get a little cringe because it's like, oh my God, we talked about just off screen that, oh no, Jamar Chase. Oh, actually, he's fine. I'm like, gotta update every 5 seconds because there's some practice, injury or something. So, but you want to go for bad news, which is injuries and stuff. Good news, there's not that much meh news, but there's some discussion to be had in there. So, what do you get, Zell? What do you want to do first?
Do the math news.
All right. So for the men news, Nick Chubb retired. Hey, I love Nick Chubb. Tough player, great time. He was the last of those kind of three horsemen in the Alabama backfield to retire. So sad to see him go, but he was a Cleveland Brown. The main men news we got to discuss is the Browns named a starter. Mr. Deshaun Watson is back. He has not started a game in a very long time. So, Kenny, I know you don't even think about the Browns, but what do you think they're doing here? Well, why did they start Watson, and what do you think they're really trying to accomplish?
They're dumb. I'm not gonna lie. The Browns are one of the dumbest organizations to ever be created. They should just go back and pack up and go back to Baltimore and just try to get with them. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is just a dumb organization trying to justify a bad decision. That's all this is, justifying a bad decision. It was a bad contract. It's been bad. Unless he's going to the Super Bowl this year, you can't validate this contract, no matter what you do. So I would just let him go ahead, sit over there. Sit over there and pour these waters until I get tired. That's what I would have him do. Pour the waters, stay away from the massage parlors, and just pour these waters all day. That's what I would have him do because I'm watching him in practice. Ever since they named him the starter, I don't think he's completed a pass in practice. I just been looking. I'm like, well, this dude is awful. I'm telling you, the Browns are the dumbest organization in the league, and I wholeheartedly believe that. They are so stupid. Instead of trying to figure out whether you actually need to draft a quarterback next year,
Right,
because Shador may mess around this year and show enough progress to where you might not have to draft a quarterback next year.
Right.
Now you're pigeonholing yourself because you're going to draft a quarterback next year. Deshaun Watson will have you in prime position. You'll be grabbing either Dante Moore or Archie Manning at the top of that draft. These guys, I am not going to lie to you. This organization is so bad. They're just not a good organization at all. And I'm just tired of them. I'm not going to lie. I hate they're in our division. They bring our whole value of our division down. Them and the Bungles.
Sad. So, Zell, welcome back again. What are your thoughts? Do you think it's just a move to just lose as many games as possible? I mean, they got a good defense out there. What do you think?
I don't even know what to say because I was surprised at the decision myself, like everybody else in Cleveland. Because at the end of the day, this man has more money on this roster than anything. First and foremost, the Browns should be ashamed of themselves for making that trade way, way back. But this isn't the same GM that traded for him. So they're just picking him off because basically he's a veteran and he has this contract and he has to play certain amount of games. We understand that he's, as we seen the last two preseason games, he's been doing terrible,
Awful.
terrible, awful. And Shador has been the one progressing, and everybody feels comfortable, just like last year, with him as the quarterback because they feel like he's a very strong leader. And Deshaun's in the press conference like, why am I getting booed? You got booed when you got injured too, 2 years ago. So these fans are gonna let it know and be heard that they want Shador. But hey, once these business owners find out that they ticket sales ain't going up because you got Deshaun, they're gonna realize like, hey, maybe we should have put Shador as quarterback one.
Yeah, I mean, it's one thing if the fans were behind Watson. They're not. They're booing him at a preseason game. I've never even heard of it before.
I ain't never heard of
Booing
that.
your quarterback. You're booing your starting quarterback in a preseason game. So it doesn't mean Shador is like the next coming, but you don't know what you got there. He got in there very late when the season was over. I don't expect the Browns to win the division or anything, but I thought they'd be kind of frisky. They got a good defense. You got a good running back. I mean, who knows? But yeah, this move was crazy. I couldn't believe it happened so early. I thought they would go to the last second and then flip it, and then but now it's just, they're just kind of laughing stock, like Kenny was saying. Whatever. Let's talk about the stuff you were talking about off camera. You got the two cornerbacks, Joey Porter in Pittsburgh and Christian Gonzalez. They were out of the 23 class. A little bit different situations. Joey's actually entering his last year. He cannot have a fifth-year option because he was a second rounder. Christian Gonzalez can get that fifth-year option. But we saw that Weatherspoon was, signed last week. So he obviously is, in the first round. He was in the first round, 2-23. So he's definitely on the table. Neither of these extensions are happening. Zell, I'll let you talk first because I know Kenny's got a lot to say. But what do you think about these two different situations? What should they do, and why do you think they're holding off?
These owners are just trying to milk the cow and get them a cheaper extension because they don't want to throw all that money. They realize like, hey, these defensive guys, you got all pro defensive cornerbacks. Why don't you pay them? Get them out the way, because they can really show you how your defense can be like in the regular season, and you don't want that going in to a first regular season game. Like for Christian Gonzalez, he even said in the interview like today, like he's still a little bit upset, but at the end of the day, like he still has a job to do. So
Right.
this organization needs these organizations, both Pittsburgh and New England, needs to get this situated because this can be a lockout for a regular season games. And these players, they're not shy about sitting down and not playing. They really want their guaranteed money. So pay these cornerbacks. They are fantastic. Without them, I don't know who you're gonna promote because without Christian Gonzalez or Joey Porter, who else is gonna step up?
Right. So, Kenny, you got a lot to say, but we did talk about that there are some guys in Pittsburgh that are showing up in camp. So maybe that helps the Steelers not sign him, Joey. But what do you think about the situation?
I think the situation in New England is probably a little bit more easier, I would say, than Pittsburgh. I think New England's gonna get the deal done with Christian Gonzalez. I just think they're trying, like Zell said, they're trying to milk it, do it at the last minute, and the deal will be done. Christian Gonzalez is probably next. Now, the one that's probably going to be last is probably going to be Joey because of the fact that I think the Steelers value him at a 25 per year, $1 million per year guy, and he values himself around the 30 range. Now we got to find a way to meet in the middle or come into a common ground or something because the Pittsburgh doesn't play about the guaranteed money. They'll give you the stuff you have to earn. They'll let you have to earn it. Like I think his contract, if he do get a contract with us, I think it's going to be probably in the $120 million range, value wise. But as far as the guarantee is, I think it's going to be the problem because they're not going to guarantee past 2 years. They're just not. They really haven't. It's not really in their DNA to do. But we are under new leadership up top. So Omar Khan is different from our previous GM that was in there. So Kevin Colbert, yeah. I'm not optimistic this deal gets done though. I think Joey's
Right.
gonna play. He's gonna play his last year out, and he's just gonna have to either play or sit on the sideline. I mean,
Do
I
you
don't think
think that do you think a trade is really on the table? I did see the Bears. I saw some other teams that, obviously
it
could use his
depends on what you're
services.
giving up. I think it depends on what you're giving up. If they're blown away by a deal, yeah, they'll do it. They'll do it.
Sure.
If they can, but see, what they're trying to do is they're trying to cheat the market up. But what the problem is, the play quality ain't gonna be as good without
Right.
Joe. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Right.
So
Right. I see you, I care. Sorry, I missed your comments initially. We'll get you on the next round here. Uh, Kenny, do you want to go good news or bad news? Plenty of bad news.
oh, let's go. Let's just go good news. Just let's go
Okay.
some good news,
A
man.
positive guy.
Let's be
We did get a couple of contracts done this week. Vita Vea was signed to a 1-year extension, $30 million. They finally got the big man locked up, which is important. I also
Yeah,
saw that Arizona got their center tied up after they got the rookie out. I guess they're like, we better make sure this guy's happy. He's got a 2-year, $20 million extension. Uh, you know, any thoughts on this, Kenny? I mean, obviously, we talked about Vita Vea before. You got to lock that dude up.
yeah. That's an amazing signing just to get him locked in, get him in the building. That's what you're trying to do.
Mhm.
Your goal is to get him in the building, give him a little bit more money to get his services because when Vita Vea is on the field, you can't run against Buccaneers.
Right.
You're not going to. So him being there strengthens my Tampa Bay pick. It strengthens it for sure.
In the
So
back end.
yeah,
Back
man.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's talk about some other stuff. Uzel back from injury. George Kittle is off the pup, so he's been activated, which is good. Malik Neighbors was also cleared for contact. He's wearing the red jersey for a couple weeks here. And then Arizona defensive end Josh Sweat got activated from the pup. So which of these three activations do you think mean more to their teams, though?
Malik Neighbors, definitely Malik Neighbors, because the Giants are preparing to do some good in their division. I've been seeing them for the past preseason games, and they've been looking pretty good, except for being the team from last year. That's a way step up, and I think Malik Neighbors coming back, it creates more of an offensive prowl for this team because their running game still needs work. Cam's still working out his injury from last year. Neighbors coming off and he's cleared for contact. So, hey, it's time to go back to work. And with their wide receiver crew that they have, they can pretty much do some damage in this division. George Kittle, I'm still on it if and if because you came back healthy last time and you got injured the first game. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
Brittle Kittle. Kenny, you agree? Neighbors is the biggest impact of those three.
Yeah, I like Malik Neighbors. I think the thing with them is the Giants is really health, man. They
Mhm.
got a lot of the tools that they need. If they can just be healthy at the end of the day, the Giants can succeed. It's
Mhm.
not like they're not in the over. It's like the division is tough, but it's not overly tough division. I feel like
Right,
this year,
right.
I feel like there's a lot of teams with expectations in the division, but that's just expectations. That don't make their team tough or anything like that. We have to see it on the field. And I like what the Giants have done, but the 49ers, man, they're just in hell all the way around.
Mhm.
So I think adding Kittle is like, okay, cool, great player, Hall of Famer. Um, but that's about it, man. I don't really see impact on that.
Yeah. Some other good news. We had some. So the Giants traded guard Daniel Falele to Jacksonville because they had that injury there, right? So they lost Patrick McCarry. So um, effectively they get a 6th-round pick in 2027 back. So that'll help. Obviously Jacksonville. Taylor Rapp got signed by Denver. He was a former Buffalo player. He's a pretty good safety, at least from his career. New Orleans traded linebacker Deion Jones to San Francisco for Zamir White. So maybe some, obviously, Kamara. We'll talk about him in a minute. And then Washington offensive tackle DJ Humphreys, or he got signed by Washington. He was a former Arizona guy to a 1-year deal. So they've had some issues on their offensive line. Zelny, that these kind of perk your ears up or say, hey, this is a good signing or a good trade?
You know, these are needed trades because we have so many injuries this regular season already, and the regular season ain't even started.
Right.
I like the Taylor Rapp signing because Denver definitely needs some more safeties in that secondary. The Deion Jones trade to San Francisco, Deion Jones. I ain't heard that name in a while.
Right.
But I do like the Washington signing because they did lose one of their offensive tackles. So these trades were meh, but they just need to get spots filled up for injuries.
Right. Right. Kenny, anything interesting for you?
Pelele's terrible, so I feel bad for Jacksonville. That might take him down. That might take him down a notch for me. I watched Pelele in Baltimore last year. That's how I know. I mean, we killed him. It was bad. Lamar Jackson threw the football at him a couple times. I'm like, oh yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, that's to tell you how rough it is out there to get these offensive linemen with all these injuries that I've never seen so many offensive linemen this year in the preseason tear MCLs and ACLs and all kind of L's. Like, I mean, it's like crazy. Like every single day we hear somebody tearing something. I'm like, these offensive linemen, maybe they just wear knee braces right away and not have, Gobert or something. But let's talk about more bad news because it does continue. These are the guys. I broke it down because I had to break it down into different sections
crazy.
now. Lost for the year. It's official. Tyler Biadasz, the Chargers center, who was their free agent pickup, he's out for the year. Houston took a blow this week. Jaden Higgins, the second-year receiver, he's out for the year with an ACL tear. They did sign Zay Jones and Sterling Shepard for depth, and they just traded for Keyshawn Boutte. They gave up safety Jalen Reed in a 7th-round draft pick in 2028. So let's talk about that trade. Do you like that for Houston, Kenny? I mean, that Keyshawn Boutte, and then obviously they got some depth. What do you think about that trade?
I like it for them. I like it. I like the trade. He's definitely a good outside receiver. Receiver number 2 option for sure. Already with Nico being there, that could balance it out a little bit and everything like that. I like that pickup for them. And I like the safety pickup for New England too. Shoot,
Sure.
Jalen Reed is a dog. I like Jalen Reed. I think a pretty good safety. Always have depth at those positions. I always agree with people loading up on like safety and corners and stuff because those positions, man, they get hurt a lot.
Yeah.
They get hurt a lot. There's not a lot of durable safeties out there and corners and secondary people, man. They get banged up a lot, So definitely was a good depth piece for New England. I like it. I'm just sick of the injuries, man.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So do you think, obviously, this is all trying to get Houston in the money this year, trying to get to the Super Bowl. Keyshawn played pretty well for New England last year. It's kind of weird he's the odd man out, but do you think this will help them put them over the top in the AFC?
I think it sort of works out for both teams, because New England needs some help on defense. That's their primary stay focus. And Houston, the Jalen Higgins, man, he was getting good in preseason. And just to see him get injured, now you have to sign 2 more wide receivers to help even out the load and help out Nico Collins as he comes back from his injury. So the only thing I'm going to be concerned with is CJ Stroud and how he does his thing. If he can throw to these receivers who are decent at best and get the ball rolling, then Houston's moving on in the right direction. They already have their defense filled out. It's just the offense. So I think this pickup worked for both teams.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, Tank Dell's back. We don't know his quality of play yet, right? They did lose Christian Kirk in the offseason too. They're going to run the ball as much as they can with Montgomery. So, I like Boutte. I think it's a good pickup. But you're right. It's good for New England too. A couple other guys lost for the year. Center for Baltimore, Danny Pinter, torn patella tendon, is out for the year. Another guy. Cleveland lost defensive end Alex Wright. He was doing pretty well in camp, ruptured his Achilles. They signed Derek Barnett, the veteran, just for a 1 year, $5.5 million contract. And then, okay, Zell, sorry, buddy. You got two guys here. You got Jake Bobo, his knee. He was actually doing pretty good in camp too. He's on IR. They did bring back Julian Hicks. And then Bud Clark, the safety, second-round pick from this year, broke his ankle on the IR. Maybe he could return end of the year. I'm not sure how that works exactly with the IR, but what do you think, Zell? I mean, you still feeling strong about the squad?
I'm not giving up. I know these injuries hurt. You smiling over there, I see. But no, I'm not giving up. I got the notifications to my phone. I'm in a group chat with some Seattle fans, and we was just devastated by Bobo's injury because he was having a good training camp and a good preseason. And then Bud Clark, I saw that injury, did not like it. You know, he was a second rounder, promising, and he was going to get moved up in that lineup. But now he has to take a few steps back, and everything will be evaluated. Everything's okay. I know I got faith in Mike McDonald and that staff. And the good thing is, Jadarian Price is not playing the preseason, so I don't have to worry about a running back getting injured for now. So
there you go. There you go. All right, let's talk about a couple more stuff. So another major injury. I don't know the time on it, so I didn't put it up in the other one. Washington defensive tackle Johnny Newton tore his pec. You know, that takes months to heal. And then there's a couple of injuries. We kind of briefly talked about Jamar Chase that looked like he got hurt today, but I saw it was fine. If that changes, we'll talk about it next week. But Ashton Genty over the weekend, or was that yesterday? It feels like it was a year ago. It was probably just yesterday. He had an ankle injury, which at first I thought was a knee injury. He couldn't put weight on it, but now it's just a sprained ankle. He's unlikely for week 1. Kenny, what did you think when you saw that news? It was like,
I thought it was an ACL at first.
Yeah, me too.
When we were talking, they were telling like it was a knee. Then I found out it's an ankle, and I'm like, man, a sprained ankle this early, man, is no good.
No.
It is no good. Man, the Raiders, everybody can't catch a break, man. I'm not gonna lie. Every team on this list is like got multiple injuries. Like they don't have just one injury. Like they got multiple guys out for the year. I don't even know what to say about none of this, man. This is, I think we might need to just cut out camp.
It sounds like it.
Do yoga all camp.
Put those guys in those sumo suits and just have them bump into each other. They can't really get hurt that way.
Jeez.
Couple other injuries. Alvin Kamara from New Orleans. He's got an MCL sprain. He's on at least a month. Hence the Zamir trade. And then you've got Giants wide receiver Calvin Austin. He's got a knee injury. Prognosis unknown. I heard it was bad. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll see if that's a season ender for the Giants. Let's talk about some of the stuff off the field too, because this is obviously a good topic of discussion. Maybe a little comedy, maybe a little not. But Rashad Bateman, wide receiver from Baltimore, he was, he had kind of a charge. It wasn't exactly clear what it was, but he was basically, I don't know, attacking somebody or whatever outside a car. Got arrested on it. I didn't see much follow-up on it yet, but that can't be good in the long run. Zell, do you hear anything more about that charge on Bateman?
Nah, nothing that so far yet other than what's come out as a domestic charge. Nothing yet, but the off season it's not even the off season no more. It's training camp. So what are you doing? What are you doing?
Right.
What are you doing? Like the shenanigans should stop when the training camp started. You got to take care of your business, and your business off the field should be no business off the field. Shouldn't be no business off the field. But I hope it's not what I think it is. But I don't know anything except for the domestic.
Yeah. Kenny, I'll let you lead with the next one because this one is nuts. Majority owner Jed York of San Francisco, who I'm assuming is probably a billionaire of some kind, he gets caught. He gets pleaded to a misdemeanor. Okay, but it was disorderly conduct with criminal tools possession in a mobile home park in Ohio, which I heard it was more of a prostitution charge. They just kind of backed off on it. And it was like $140. I don't even know what to say about this. What is this man doing, Kenny? Why is he in a trailer park? He's a billionaire. what did you think when you saw this, man?
Robert Kraft. That's the first thing. That's the first name that popped into my head.
Sure.
Allegedly, Robert Kraft. Let's say that. But no, man. Listen, this organization is falling apart. They got to get rid of. I keep screaming it. Nobody listen to me. Get rid of everything. It all got to go. Wholesale. Matter of fact, put it on the clearance rack. It all got to go. The coach, we know. Come on. We know what's up with the coach. What happened on that? That wasn't. I'm looking down at my phone. I don't care what nobody say. Because looking down on your phone will cause you all the way. Come on, man. That don't happen. But but as far as the owner, man, this was crazy. When I seen this, I said, oh, gotcha. It's right in line for the 49ers. They're imploding before the season even starts. I kept saying this, and I'm going to keep on saying this. This is a 6-win team. Nobody believes me. But this is screaming, I got 6 wins for you, and that's it. They could come out and go 6-0. They won't win another game the rest of the year. I promise you, this is a 6-win team. Look at the organization. It's starting at the top. It's crumbling.
It's rotting.
All these injuries, man. And you got Chris McCaffrey. He can barely stay healthy. He talking about he want a new contract. For what?
You have tightness in your calf.
Yeah. I mean, I don't wish nothing on nobody, but come on, man, calf tightness. We know what that means sometimes.
Yeah.
So it's just like, come on, man. The organization, I just think this organization is now, I think this is where it falls apart for them. Yeah. I do. I think it falls apart for them right here. I don't think they're going to come back and get 12 wins on the season and all that crap that they've been doing. I think this is the 6-win season. We're in the top 5 in the draft pick, and we need to restart.
Yeah, interesting. So, do you agree with that, or when you see this story, what goes through your head?
Oh my God! I was just thinking, like, why are you at a trailer park? You got a lot of money. Like, what is oh my God.
You know why.
He P2P. He's I'm just like it's just like I'm not disappointed. It's the 49ers. Just like the Cardinals. It's the 49ers. But the 49ers have a rep of trying to prove that they're a good organization. When in doubt, they're not a good organization. Their players are getting injured. Their coaches are on their phones, getting into accidents, and can't even be in training camp. So, and then you go out and do this, like you got busted. So I hope it was worth it. I really hope that $140 was worth it, because what you giving $140?
Well, my thing, it's a lot like the Tiger Woods thing. Like, Tiger Woods is rich. Hire a driver, dude. Like, never drive when you're drunk and taking drugs. And I'm not telling you to do your business inside trailer park, outside trailer park. But I know if you got a little cheddar, you can get some NDAs signed. You can do some things that can work to everybody's benefit. Now, I understand you were probably, the funniest thing I saw about this was like Jed York in Ohio. And it was that, did you ever see a couple years ago that Elmo video when he is doing all the drugs and hanging from the fan and stuff? Like, he going crazy in Ohio. Like, come on, dude. Like,
Ohio, though.
There's ways to get things done without hitting the news and saying you had $140. Anyway.
Yeah, they said he was about an hour away from where I'm at right now. So I know where he was at. Yeah. And I know the location where he's at. I know what he's doing out there. I know exactly what he's doing out there. He got no business out there.
I got no business.
No business out there, man. But, man.
Yeah, well, it keeps us entertained. But I agree with you, Kenny. I think this isn't a good sign for 49ers this year, that with the coach stuff. It keeps coming on. So a good call. Let's talk about some other stuff for the second half of the show, that more discussion topics. The first one is somehow, apparently, you can enter the NFL draft. You can show up to a camp. You can play preseason games, or at least be on teams for a while, and enter the transfer portal and go back to college. You had tight end Daquan Wright from he was actually he was an undrafted free agent to Philly, but was released in Cleveland, held him for some games and some practices, and then he actually won his temporary restraining order against this. I don't know. Somehow he's going to play for LSU now. I don't know how this works. I just don't understand it. There's also a bunch of other guys named in this lawsuit, that possibly could also have this work for them. Defensive end from Tampa. He did appear in a preseason game. You got Xavier Harris from New Orleans, and you got Wyatt Williams from Arizona, and then running back from Seattle, TJ Harden, who was cut. All these guys could end up back in college with this judge ruling. So I don't know. Kenny, help me make sense of this. Like, what is happening, and why do we think this is happening?
I just think this is stupid. I do legit. I think it's dumb because at the end of the day, man, you declared for the draft. You
Right.
left. You had your opportunity to stay. You had your opportunity to go to college. You could have came back. You could have came back and entered the transfer portal anyway, and just
Sure.
went to LSU, and then came out. But you know what happens? These kids let these agents get in their head.
Right.
Let these agents get in their head. Tell them, listen, man, you could be drafted late 6th round, 7th round. Then you go to find out you're not drafted, and now you're
Right.
really gonna have to work your way into trying to make the team in the first cut and all that kind of stuff. And but I still don't think that I think you need to go through the cycle of the NFL. I don't think you
Sure.
should have the opportunity to go back. What you gonna do? Go back and then go get drafted? Like, that's my
I don't even
thing.
know how that
What are they
happens.
gonna
So the
do?
draft rights. Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. What are they gonna do? Because your draft rights is technically, well, I guess because he's undrafted, I guess
Undrafted. Yeah.
he don't really have no draft rights. They waived him, cut him, and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, but I'm just saying in general though, with this rule, they're opening a Pandora's box, man. Because every guy that gets cut don't deserve to go back to college. Like, come on now, that's crazy. Because at the end of the day, you made a decision. That's why, this is why there's consequence for those decisions. You really wasn't ready for the league. You let somebody hype you up and tell you that you was, when you really wasn't. And so I think they're gonna have to. They just open up Pandora's box, and now they're gonna have to deal with whatever falls out of it.
Right. Right. Before you say anything, Zell, I guess at least your cousin, right, Jay Howe?
Yeah,
He's saying that the NCAA tried to pull a fast one on him and not give them the 5th year of eligibility. So it's the 5th. These guys would have been eligible for a 5th year, but they didn't get it for some reason. So now they want to get it, and so then they can go back. So I guess that makes sense in a way.
I still
But
don't
Zell,
like it.
you don't like it? Zell, what is your opinion on the situation?
Man, I find this to complete some BS
Yeah.
because you already in the league. Why would you want to go back to college? Like, if you wanted to stay in college for another year, you should never declare for the draft. Like, it's other kids that are like still going to these schools and they want to play. Now you're drafted, but want to come back and go to a college, and now you want to say, "Oh, I want to be on the team." Like, what? You was already on the team. You was on a major team. Like, you was on a major level. You up at the next level where the next person at this level trying to get to. So I think it's just selfish of these players. They can't get on an NFL team, or they get waived, and now they want to go back to where they started from, and that's just selfish. That's just real selfish. And one college coach is not having that. The coach from Oregon, he says, if you try to come back to his team, he's not letting you back on his team. I don't know why all these kids are going to LSU. I guess Lane Kiffin got something.
You know why? Lane
wow.
Kiffin
Lane
Kiffin
Kiffin got
shady.
something in
He's
the
slick.
waters.
And he giving out some of that money that he got.
Well, that's the thing. The NIL money, this is why the guys are going back. I mean, if you don't make an NFL roster, you can make money in college. I totally understand that. It is, to clarify, and I appreciated Jay Howe chiming in there, but it is a class of players, the 2022 class that was supposed to get the 5th year. What I don't understand is like you had that guy who played for Ole Miss who petitioned for his, I think he petitioned for a 6th year of eligibility, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken,
Campbell.
and he won.
Yeah.
So like, why didn't this happen earlier? The T question wasn't going to Claire. Okay,
He went
interesting.
about it the right way.
Yeah, he about the right way, but I think it's a combination of the things like you said, Kenny. Hey, I'm going to make money in the NFL, maybe get duped by an agent a little bit. NCAA doesn't, I have to go through some legal process to get my eligibility. But now, they did it. Maybe they did it while they were at the same time as drafting, just in case. And then now they can get NIL money. I mean, I can't fault people for getting the money, but so to your point, Kenny, does that mean next year? I guess if they weren't drafted, it doesn't matter. There's no draft rights if they were undrafted
Yeah.
free agents. But if they go back, I guess they enter the draft again. I mean, it's kind of confusing next year on some of these
Yeah.
players, and none of them are going to like light the world on fire. But if they're on a good team, like LSU could be good, or who knows, Texas or something, then maybe they are, in the spotlight and get more shine. So
They
I
should.
don't
They're
know.
going against a bunch of kids. They're grown adults.
Right, right. I also think like NIL, we talked about this on other podcasts. Like NIL it's good and it's bad, right? I mean, you're basically creating a minor league for the NFL. Why don't you just do that? Because then it's just calling guys up like the minor leagues, you know what I mean? Instead of practice squads, because you get held on a practice squad. I don't know how much you make, but it's not that much. So I'm sure they're looking at the money. Like I could be on a practice squad or I could go back to LSU.
Yeah.
So
Now I get the money side of it. I just think it's just stupid. I just think it's just dumb. I just don't like it. I think that at the end of the day, when you make a decision as a human being, you have to live with that decision. You don't get to
right,
rewrite like they're rewriting history. I get that they didn't get they didn't at the time get the 5th year option of eligibility and all that crap. Then you should have sat and waited until this happened.
right,
You
right.
shouldn't be able to go declare, okay, yeah, you didn't end up getting it. You didn't end up getting on a team, and now I get to go back and rewrite again because now, what if he gets drafted? This is the dumbest thing ever if he go get drafted because what's it gonna say on this thing? Undrafted, drafted the 4th round the next year. What is that?
It's confusing.
Yeah,
So Jay House got a good comment here, and I just want your opinion on it. So the NCAA, obviously, it's a business. They don't let the fans, or they don't let the players unionize. Do you think you should allow the college kids to unionize so that way they have a little bit more rights in the situation?
That's a tough question because you talking about a whole bunch of players and a whole bunch of conferences. Like I remember when these players couldn't even get endorsements and all that stuff because the
Sure, of
NCAA would
course.
take it away. Now that the NIL is in place, they have their money. They can go anywhere they want to. If they're not getting their money from that college or the endorsements from that state, they go to a popular college where they can earn it. No, they should not have a union because
Good.
that wouldn't make sense. They're getting money, and then who's gonna be president of that union for them? None of these kids
It's
don't
going
want to
to
do that.
change all the time. What's going to change all the time, right?
It's
Mhm.
gonna
yeah,
change every year. Like this is why great Alabama coach Nick Saban got out. He didn't want to deal with it. He
Yeah,
saw the writing on the wall.
hmm
You got to pay
true.
kids to come and play for you. When the old way was, we go and recruit you and we bring you to our college with a scholarship.
show me the money.
Money is
It
the
is.
end all be all.
Yeah,
Kenny, any thoughts on that? You agree with
yeah,
Zell?
yeah. I think it would be too much to try to unionize. It would. It would because it's just too many colleges, too many teams, too many programs, and too many agendas. I think that would happen. It's hard to get two people to agree on one thing.
Sure.
Imagine trying to unionize a bunch of college kids who have their overinflated ego. They've been told they're great their whole life. They got money to back it up and everything like that. So they think and everything like that. But just to comment on what Jay Howe said, how do you say they should have waited? Just the same way Chambliss waited. Just the same way the Texas Tech quarterback waited. They waited. They didn't just they would have they missed the draft too, but they waited because they said, I got a good case. If you got a good case, sit your butt in court and fight your case. If you missed the draft, then that's something you're gonna have to deal with. You don't get to go back and rewrite. That's my problem. You're going back and rewriting history. Like I said, when they draft cards come out and these guys that have been in there come back and play and they go to the draft this time, if they get drafted, how's that going to look? They got a reset button. The other guys didn't get reset buttons. They got told, no, you better try to make it or that's it. These guys shouldn't get no special privileges because you should have gotten a 5th-year eligibility. I should have been 6'2". I'm not though. Talk about what they should have did. Should have made them.
I wonder if this 5th-year eligibility is going to fall off because it's still kind of a COVID thing, right? It was kind of like a
thing. It's about to fall off
COVID
next year.
carryover.
You probably won't even have it. Yeah.
Right. Maybe next year we won't worry about it.
No, and I hope so.
Yeah, let's talk about another topic more on point with the NFL. I try to steer us back. We're gearing up for the season, a couple other things, but that was a good discussion. Usually, not every year, but like last year in 2025, we had 2 teams go from worst to first in their division. We almost had a third in the 49ers, who I know you don't like this year, Kenny. But in 2024, that didn't happen. But it happens from time to time. I mean, Washington did it a couple of years ago, whatever. So this is the list of the 4th place teams last year. You had the Jets, the Browns, don't laugh now, Titans, Raiders, Giants, Lions, Saints, and Cardinals. I'm pretty sure you're going to all say the Lions could win the division. But outside of the Lions, which of these other teams do you think could scare in their division? I'll start with you, Kenny.
I'm definitely going to say the Saints.
Okay.
I think the Saints could be I'm saying if I'm picking out this list, it's going to be the Saints. The Jets suck. The Browns are stupid. Titans is young. Raiders, we got to just wait and see. Giants is a possibility. But the best shot is the Lions and the Saints. And then the Cardinals, they're 0-17 just waiting. So we're just going to go ahead and put them at draft slot number 1. They'll be drafting Archie Manning or Jeremiah Smith. So
yeah. Zell, do you agree or do you have a different opinion?
I second that. I believe the NFL South is still going to who he picked because it's just trash in Atlanta right now. It's just trash in Atlanta.
Yeah.
But I think the Giants can win their division. I really think they could. I'm about like 95% because the Eagles are still in the back of my mind. But until I see something go right with Mr. Hurts and his wide receivers, I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt. So I'm gonna put the Giants at number 1 because they look really good. They look really good.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I told you guys I love the Saints. I think they're going to win the division, but I can see the Lions, even though I'm anti-Lions, not just because I'm a Bears fan. I wore the Bears hat today, but the Lions are the Lions. Their defense always sucks, and it will continue to suck. And I like the Vikings in that division, but yeah, I think the Saints. I think the Giants they have a chance at the playoffs. It's just I got to see how they play, and obviously Jackson Dart's got to stay healthy. I mean, that guy goes down. No more blue tent. No more blue tent for.
You're not Derrick Henry, Jackson Dart.
Exactly, dude. Okay, well, let's talk about the next segment, which we'll do kind of the next couple of weeks. I had to break it up for time. We'll do the offensive awards this week, and the next week the defensive awards plus the MVP and stuff like that. Coaches and MVP next week. So let's talk about who you think. And if you want odds, I can give it to you. I've got it pulled up on my phone here. Offensive Player of the Year. And I know, Zell, you wanted to track some of this stuff, so I can write it down. We can look back at it later. But who do you think is going to be the Offensive Player of the Year in 2026?
That's tough. That's tough. This year is really tough. I can't say my boy because he won last year. He won last year. So I'm gonna.
You want some names, or you know who
Yeah,
you got?
give me some names. Give me some names.
Okay, you got the kind of favorite is Jameer Gibbs, then Bijan, Jamar Chase, Puka Nakua, McCaffrey, Justin Jefferson, your guy, JSN, CD Lamb, Jonathan Taylor's a little further down, and Saquon Barkley. I would say that's probably the cut line. Amon-Ra St. Brown's in that mix too. You can go off the board too.
I can give you like my number one so far that I can see going. Judging by the predicament they in, the schedule they in, I believe Bijan can win this year.
Okay.
If that offensive line gives, because he was towards the end of the year, he was really getting it. Jameer Gibbs, I can see second due to that schedule and who their running back situation. And third, I want to see Justin Jefferson win.
Let me see that. Yeah. Oh, good year. Kenny, what do you think?
I got Bijan. I think Bijan is definitely gonna. I think he's gonna win it, but I ain't gonna lie. I got him and Jameer Gibbs neck and neck for this injury. Like for this, not injury. My bad. Oh, I mean for this.
You jinxed it. You jinxed it.
Yeah. I got them definitely neck and neck for that, but I think Bijan is gonna edge him slightly, just like by a slight hair, because I do think I think you're gonna see a lot of little swing passes out of the backfield to Bijan. You're gonna see the same thing with Jameer. So it's gonna be a tough battle, but I got Bijan edging.
I will go with the favorite on this one and put Gibbs. I think he's just got look, I love Bijan. I think it's great, but if Gibbs doesn't have the competition he's had the last couple of years, so I can see it's his award to lose.
Yeah,
I do love Bijan. He's a great player. Let's talk about the passing leader. Who do you think will have the most passing yards this year? And you know the quarterbacks, but I'll give you the odds just in case you are curious. Ironically, Zell's favorite quarterback, Dak Prescott, is the leader. No, with Jared, he's tied with Jared Goff and Joe Burrow. Then we got Stafford, Drake May, Purdy, Herbert, Mahomes, and Williams, Caleb, with Trevor. So, Kenny, I'll let you go first on this one. Who would you say will be the passing leader this year?
I know who won't. Joe Burrow. Get him off this list. Oh my God. I am so sick of him. Oh my God. I get so infuriated with him. He's not going to last the whole season. He got tackled in preseason and held his elbow. So, stop. We already know it's not going to. Anyway, but the passing leader, I actually think it's. Oh, man, I hate to say this. I do. I think it's going to be Dak Prescott. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
Him or Trevor Lawrence. I'll give a cap. Okay. Trevor Lawrence could possibly do that, take the award too. So, but I'm gonna pick Dak. Okay,
Dak. I got you. I mean, they've improved their defense, but you know that they're an offensive team. So
weapons galore.
Who would you take as the passing leader this season?
Who was the passing leader last year?
Last year was Stafford. Stafford.
It's too many quarterbacks.
You want me to give you the list from last year?
Give me the list from last year so I can pick my brain.
Give me a second. Think about it. Start pontificating, and then I'll get you the list here. Regular season. We're just talking regular season, guys.
Yeah.
They said Dak Prescott is going to be one this year.
Yeah, I got Dak.
So last year it was Stafford 1, Jared 2, Dak 3, and they were real close. Drake May, then Sam Darnold was 4,000 yards.
Samuel L. Darnold. Let's go.
Samuel.
Okay.
Samuel L. Darnold. That's right. And then Trevor Lawrence did break 4,000 as well. There were 6 guys at 4,000.
And then, okay, so I can see. And I'm gonna hate saying this, but I can see Dak. I can see Dak. I can see Dak be the passing leader because that's all he's gonna do is pass. He throws the ball more times than anybody else last year. Close to that,
Yeah.
close to Stafford. But he has CD Lamb, he has a George Pickens, and
He
they can get
does.
you some yards. They can get you some yards indeed. And Stafford has, and I see why Stafford was number one last year. But
Sure.
I'm gonna go with Dak, and then I'm gonna go with Stafford.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with
Okay.
Dak and Stafford.
I'm gonna go Drake May here. I think he's got a good
Ooh.
target now. They're gonna run the ball, but I think he's got targets. Dobbs and obviously you got AJ, so I think that could be a good matchup. So I do. I'm not saying like the thing is too. I always think about defenses. Their defense is definitely better than Denver. Or I'm sorry, Dallas was last year. So you do have to have a pretty bad defense. So the thing about Stafford is they're going to have better defense. He's not going to have to put up 35, 40 points this year. So it's going to be tougher to get the yards. All right, let's look at the rushing leaders. So Zell, you get to go first this time, or I guess I could if you want me to change it up. So rushing leaders, here's the list: Derrick Henry, Jonathan Taylor, Bijan Robinson, Jameer Gibbs, James Cook, who was close last year, Saquon, obviously, Ashton Genty, we know what's up with that, Christian McCaffrey, Kyron Williams. So let's see last year's numbers. Rushing, it was James Cook was number one. He edged out Henry and Taylor.
I can believe that.
I do like that, but I do think even though I don't think he's going to win the MVP or the Offensive Player of the Year, I do think I'd take Bijan for rushing yards. I would take Bijan here, so I'm going to take Bijan in the rushing leader, even though I think Gibbs is going to score more touchdowns and all that kind of stuff. So, Kenny, what do you think?
I got. You know what? I think James Cook might win this one.
Yeah, he did last year.
I do. I think he might. Repeat because I do think Buffalo is going to concentrate on running the football. I mean,
Sure.
they're not. Like I said, they don't have a plethora of weapons that they can just go to. But their offensive line is dominant, and you can tell by James Cook's numbers. Like, only thing with him is he fumbled that ball, man. He get that ball up,
He
but
does.
he gonna run for a lot of yards. He gonna have 200
Uh-huh.
yards and 2 fumbles. For every 100 yards, he gonna have a fumble. So
That's true. Okay, Zell, who do you like for rushing yards?
You know what? I'm gonna go outside of the lines. I'm gonna go with
Okay.
Mr. Jonathan Taylor.
Mr. Taylor, sure.
I'm
He's
gonna
led
go with
the
Mr. Taylor. You know, he had like 18 touchdowns last year,
He
and
did.
he had 1,585 yards, and he had 323 attempts, most out of James Cook last year. But he could have got more if somebody was at the quarterback position last half, end of the year. But you know what happened with that. Hey. I do. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Jonathan Taylor.
Okay. I like it. I like it. All right, Zell, we'll have you lead off for the receiving yards title for 2026. You've got Jamar Chase at the top. Your guy JSN, or they're basically even odds with Puka. Those three guys are the same odds. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown, you got CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, you talked about him, Nico Collins, Drake London, AJ Brown in New England, Olave in New Orleans. Also say Devontae Smith is close there too. So who do you like to lead the league in receiving yards this year?
Okay, so last year Puka running receiving yards. So
JSN was number one, and then Puka. And then Pickens was actually third, ahead of Chase. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with. It's gonna be tough. I want to see St. Brown win. I want to see St. Brown win this.
Amon-Ra, yeah,
because he's been hungry. He's been hungry, and I believe like this year, like the Lions were last year, and we said they're gonna be number one this year. I believe with their type of schedule, and if they have a new coordinator, I believe he can get the passes and the receivings that he can finally get this year.
All right, Kenny.
I'm going with Give me George Pickens to lead the league in receiving.
Wow.
It's contract time. It's time to get to this money. Watch George Pickens fly. You're going to see
He was
some
third
unbelievable.
last year.
That's
He
what I
was
try to
third
tell
last year.
people. You're going to see some unbelievable stuff from that kid this year. He want
Mhm.
that money. And Vegas going to give it to him. Forget the Cowboys stuff. But now I got George Pickens leading the league in receiving yards.
Okay. I'm going to go back, roll the clock back. You guys mentioned, I like Justin Jefferson. I
Ooh.
definitely think we got
Like it.
a new sheriff in there. Hopefully Kyler just chucks it up to him like JJ couldn't last year and makes the man happy. So we'll see what happens here. So okay, well that's a lot of I'm not going to do the touchdowns and all that. Those are a little bit fluky. We'll figure that out. But let's go back to the last two awards for offense, even though MVP is an offensive award. We'll do that next week. How about offensive rookie of the year? Kenny, you get to go first this time. Offensive rookie of the year. And I can list off the guys if you'd like. You want to list, like we got Jeremiah Love, Carnell Tate, Mendoza, of course, Jadarian Price for Seattle. Dejon Stribling has been rocketing up from San Francisco. Makai Leonard, Casey Concepcion from Cleveland, Jacoby Lane as well. You got Carson Beck if you want to go that far now. So, who do you like for offensive rookie of the year?
I ain't gonna lie, the field just don't sound appeasing.
Exactly.
But if I had to pick one, I'm gonna say, oh man, give me, my goodness, give me Price, man. Just give me Price.
Okay.
I think he's gonna have a pretty good year. I think Charbonnet. I don't know what his status is or anything like that. But I do think with Price being able to get out there, I always like Notre Dame running backs in the league. I think they do well in the league. They run a pro style offense at Notre Dame, so I can see him. I can see him having an impact on the team. And also, I'm gonna throw a rookie in there that we might want to look out for. Look out for Jeremy Bernard in Pittsburgh. I
Okay.
think I think he's gonna be receiver 3. And I think that you're going to see a lot of him killing zone defenses. Watch.
Yeah, he's 60-1. That's a good bet on there. Zell, who do you like at offensive rookie of the year? We do like our blessed self likes Jacoby Lane. I'm not sure if he's going to sway you, but you're going to go with Kenny with Price for your guy?
I'm gonna go with Price because what I've seen in training camp is remarkable. I like what I've seen. I like what I've seen, and I'm excited for him to start his first game because he doesn't move like Kenny said. Notre Dame has a pro style offense, and we know that these running backs for Notre Dame, they're these two that just got drafted, and Price and what's the other guy's name? Jeremiah. Price and Jeremiah, they both are explosive running backs. So I want to see Price win it because he was the last pick in the first round, but he also brings that running back talent to Seattle because Cabernet, he's still questionable. So what we've seen from Price is going to be explosive.
Sure. Well, I got to say, I was very disappointed because Jordan Tyson would have been my guy for sure in this category, except he's hurt. But I'm going to go with the other receiver. I'm going to go Carnell Tate. I know he hasn't had a good camp, and Cam Ward looks terrible. But I'm telling you right now, they're going to tuck and chuck. They're going to be losing in every game. And I think Dable's going to get Ward right. So I like Carnell Tate as offensive rookie of the year.
But it's up Will Levis.
More. What's that?
What?
You want to go with Will Levis?
Yeah, Will Levis. The Will Levis train is always available.
Don't he put mayonnaise in his coffee?
Yeah, Will Levis. All right, last one, a little more obscure one is Protector of the Year. I guess I'll start because I put this damn thing on here. But so protected here, usually offensive tackle. It could be an offensive guard, the best offensive lineman. It's nice they represent those guys in there. You got Penny Sewell, you got Tristan Wirfs, you got Garrett Bowles, you got Joe Alt, Lane Johnson back in there, Trent Williams for San Francisco, Creed Humphrey, Jordan Malata, Quinn Marinitz, and Quentin Nelson. So I'm gonna probably take the easy button here and do Penny Sewell. He's at the top of the board here. I'm gonna say that the odds know what the hell they're talking about this time. He's obviously a great player for the Lions. So, what would you say? I'll put you on the spot, Zell. Who is your pick for Protector of the Year now?
It was gonna be Joe Alt, but then I thought about it. I really thought about it because the offensive line and the Chargers. I'm gonna go with Penny Sewell.
Okay. Not gonna use the blessed self pick of Joe Alt. That's fine. Kenny, last selection here. What would you gonna take for there?
It's a clean sweep. Penny Sewell.
Penny Sewell.
It's pretty simple to me. I mean, it's not a difficult decision. I think he's just I ain't gonna lie, he's the best tackle to me in football right now. Still young, athletic as ever. He's definitely in tune for another All-Pro year. So yeah, give me Penny Sewell.
Great, that's awesome. Well, good job, guys. That was a little fun. We'll track those through the season, talk about it next week. We'll cover the defensive awards, coaches, and the MVP. At the end of the show, like we did today. So we'll talk about the news and everything next week. So we only got a couple of weeks, guys. We're 15 days away from the first game. So I hope you guys are getting excited. I'm getting excited. Thanks everybody for following us. Check us out on Casanova Vibes on YouTube, our Facebook accounts, and follow me at Wexpo on X, Instagram, and Facebook. Kenny, where can we find you again?
Find me on Casanova Vibes. You can catch me on Facebook at Kenny Casanova. Catch me on X at Kenny Casanova 8. Hey y'all, we almost have 500 subscribers on Casanova Vibes. We've 23 people away from the last count I made. Let's get to it. Let's get to the 500 mark, and we keep rising up and keep on going. Actually, want to give a little preview. Me and Zell are dropping our new podcast, Thursday Night Tailgate, on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. Be there, man. We got a lot to discuss and a lot to talk about, man. So shout out to everybody.
Zell, you ready for that too? Where can we find you again, Zell?
Yeah, you can. I'm ready for that Thursday night tailgate. But yeah, you can find me here on Facebook, Denzel Smith, and then on Instagram at Windy City Kid.
That's awesome. Yeah, we're gonna start side action so that if you're into gambling, you don't have to be gambling on this stuff. We'll be starting on Thursday as well. We'll do a streaming. We'll try not to do it at the same time as you guys, but we'll probably get you guys on the show at some point too.
Heck yeah,
this year, because that'll be fun. But yeah, thanks for following us. Great comments, everybody. So thanks for checking out the 3-Man front.
All right.
This is the 3-Man podcast, a football podcast where we discuss football, and more football. We got 3 of the very best bringing it to you. Got my man Wegs, man Zell, and your boy Cash on the action. Y'all tune in. Grab your popcorn, because here comes the 3-Man front. Make sure your offensive lineman is ready. What's being brought to you.